Good morning, YouTube. I'm gonna do a live stream this morning, as it's been my first one for a while. So I'm gonna send the link out to anybody. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and I'm gonna send it to Mater as well. Here's the link. Put it to Mater here. Do that. There's the link. So, how's everybody doing this morning? How's everybody doing this morning? There's the link.
Morning, Randy.
Hey, Mater. Not too much. How you doing?
It's a cold, wet morning.
Yeah, tell me about it. It was like 9 degrees or 4 degrees here this morning. Luckily, it warmed up. So.
Well, it's not quite that cold, but it's been raining since last night.
Yeah, they're saying I'm supposed to get some rain this week, later on in the week. I don't know what day. I forget. I think Wednesday or something like that. Or tomorrow night, maybe it is.
Yeah, well, they're saying that it's supposed to drop down to 20% this afternoon, but we're supposed to get ramped up for more tomorrow.
I got to grab my dog an ice cube.
Oh.
Last week I had a hell of a week.
What happened?
Well, Monday.
Besides trying to burn your house down?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Hey,
Well,
Randy, I keep telling you, you're not supposed to have a campfire without having marshmallows.
Yeah. Anyhow, what actually happened? We're sitting here Sunday night. I got up in the middle of the night there about 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, God damn, it's cold in here. So I looked at the thermometer we have hanging on the wall, 64 degrees. I walk over to the thermostat, it says heating on, but nothing's running. I'm like, here, this ain't good.
No.
So I walk in, check my fuse box. My furnace breaker was tripped.
Oh.
So I turned it off and back on, reset it. Furnace came on, ran fine. Next day, my mom was getting ready to walk out the door, leave for work. Oop, popped the breaker again.
What, bad breaker?
Yep, bad breaker. The
I've
handyman, when he come out to change it, he said he could smell it.
Yep. I've had that happen before. Here in the house, we had a breaker that just kept wanting to trip. Luckily,
Yeah, that's what this one was doing.
hey, Rich. But luckily we were able to find one. And unfortunately, the breaker box that we've got is Federal Pacific, and they're out of business.
Yeah, that's what mine's out of business too. I think I got a Bryant, and it's out of business too.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
So luckily, there is a company that is they bought the patent and everything to make the breakers. They don't make the breaker boxes anymore, but they make the breakers.
Yep.
That one breaker was like $50.
Wow. It was like 100 for the breaker he bought.
Yeah.
So
right, because see that would have been a double pole.
Yeah.
Probably 40 or 50.
100 amp.
Oh, it was 100 amp. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know that when I ran new power out to the garage, I actually had to buy one off of eBay. Because if I wound up going to Home Depot and buying it.
Hold on one second, Mater. My puppy wants out real quick. Let me take him out real quick. I'll be right back.
At least I got my coffee this morning. Hopefully you got some too, Rich. Oh. All I do is turn my coffee pot on. I had it all prepped last night with water and coffee. So all I do is turn it on this morning, and about 5 minutes later, I got coffee.
I'm gonna make coffee here in a little bit for myself.
But no, that breaker, if I'd gone to Home Depot, I'd probably be looking at about $90 for it.
Well, see, mine's a Bryant panel. They don't make Bryant breakers anymore, but you can replace them with different brands breakers. Eaton's one of them. I think that's what he put in it for this breaker he changed.
Right. You've got Eaton, you've got Square D, you've got GE breakers.
I think Cutler Hammer's one too, isn't it?
Cutler Hammer's another. Everybody says Square D and Cutler Hammer's the best. Okay, fine. What the hell's wrong with GE? They've been around for how many, decades doing this
Right.
kind of. They're still in business. If they weren't making a good product, you think they'd be out of business by now?
Right. Oh, somebody else wants to join the stream. I'm gonna invite somebody else is one. There's Rich.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
Hey, Rich. Not much. How you doing, Rich?
Doing all right. I actually did a live stream yesterday. I took the bottom part of the seat out of my 57 Chevy and started reupholstering it. And some guy left a comment, very boring stuff. I'm like, well, what the hell do you expect me to do with the weather outside?
Yeah. Right.
That's just like me. I can't, I want to be able to work on my truck, getting to working on that, but I'm not going to be out there in the damn rain getting soaked.
See what I'm doing here? I'm making the black patterns for the part where people sit.
Right.
But I'm doing it tuck and roll. So in other words, if you see this, let me see if we can see it right like this. See that crease there?
Yeah.
That's the beginning part of tuck and roll. So you just keep stitching it all the way across, like all the way down this way, and then you do the next one the same space over. And then what you do is once you attach it to the seat, you stuff each one of them like they're tubes with foam. And that's what I have. I got 2 rolls of foam in here. I have a roll of turquoise fabric and a roll of black vinyl.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, I was going to say, you don't look Hispanic to me.
No, I'm not.
Because I've always heard that if you want something done tuck and roll, you always find some Mexican to do it for you.
You know what? I do it that way because I like the style, first of all. And second of all, I can't find those big mother of pearl buttons that you put in the seats. Back in 57. I don't see them anywhere. So I've actually searched for them, can't find them.
You can't find something like that even at Hobby Lobby?
No, they don't have enough of them. And you have to buy like multiples of all these other ones. And I don't want all the other ones. I just want the ones I want, and that's it.
Okay.
Man, your camera's glitching like real bad. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Whose camera?
Mater's. Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
It's all right in my book. I don't see it glitching.
It's glitching on my end, but mine's fine and yours is fine, Rich. I don't know what the hell's going on with Mater's.
I'm not seeing mine doing it, and I'm not seeing any of yours or Rich's doing it.
Yeah.
Might be just on my end. Might be on my screen.
Didn't you say you had some kind of power surge earlier? Or a blown circuit or something?
Yeah, me? Yeah.
Yeah, you might be leveling off. Maybe it's still got a little bit of bug to work out.
Yeah, maybe.
Well. Well, I know that on my truck, I got lucky to find out where it was leaking transmission fluid at. The whoever had the truck before me, undoubtedly the cooler that goes inside the radiator must have had a bad spot in it, and they put one of those aftermarket kind that you have a little flat piece and everything that you hook it up to the front of your condenser.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
they wound up going. They cut the metal line, and then they ran transmission hose and everything from the metal line around to it.
Right.
The biggest problem is when they cut that line, they didn't put a flare on the end of it.
Mm.
And then on top of that, it's 3/8, and they ran 5/16 hose.
I don't know if you follow me or not, Mater, but did you see the 57 running?
Yep.
Yeah, I had it in the carport finally. I backed it all the way out the end of the driveway and pulled it all the way back up. So she's running
Oh,
on
yeah.
the original engine block. So,
I saw that.
yep.
That's like I
Now,
posted on Facebook last night there, Rich. I did a Facebook trivia for everybody. I said, all right, car gurus, what automotive manufacturer produced the K car? And only
Chrysler.
one person got it. Only one person got it right.
Oh, it's Chrysler.
I hated
Yep.
that car. The fuel injection on that damn thing sucked. My father had the wagon.
Probably either the Dodge Arias or the Plymouth Reliant.
Right.
Same
But
thing.
here's the thing, Randy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's actually Chrysler Corporation that came up with it, because Dodge and Plymouth are under Chrysler.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could, I mean, if you actually think about it, at that time, it was Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Jeep, Eagle.
Yep.
So Chrysler Corporation is the one that actually came up with it, not Dodge.
Right.
Believe it or not, a lot of people don't even know that Oldsmobile is part of General Motors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that all along, though.
Oh, but a lot of people don't. They ain't got a clue. Going to the bank, taking a loan, and buying one ain't going to help them either.
Well,
Right.
Well, a lot of people didn't realize that Saturn was part of General Motors.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're gone.
Yep. And then what was it? Geo was another one.
Well, actually, Geo depended upon what car you had, depending upon the manufacturer, because you actually had 3 different manufacturers making Geo. Okay, you remember
Yeah.
the Geo? You remember the Geo Tracker?
Yeah. Then you had the Geo Prism.
Right. But the thing about with the Geo Tracker was actually a Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah.
And the weird
My
thing
neighbor had one.
Yeah, but the weird thing about it is, in order to open up the hood, you had to reach into the glove box.
Yeah.
The hood release was actually on the inside of the glove box on the passenger side.
That's funny.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, I reason I know is because I worked in a Japanese shop that we did nothing but Japanese cars, and one of them came in. It's like I'm looking all over. It's like, where the hell's the damn hood release on this thing? It was old Suzuki Samurai.
That's like,
Yep.
this has been several years back. My neighbor had a Chrysler Sebring. It was an 03 or 04, something like that. It needed a rear strut on it. They
Yeah.
actually had to go. They had to go to Mitsubishi to get the rear struts.
Probably.
Now it's like a PT Cruiser. The PT Cruiser's got some really crappy struts. Them friggin' things got like plastic casings on them.
Yeah.
I hated the PT Cruiser because it reminded me too much of a Neon, SUV Neon.
Reminds me of a baby hearse. I have my mother's car here. That's a PT Cruiser, 2003 with 68,000 miles on it.
I'd love to be able to get my hands on one. I like them.
Yeah, I don't drive it, but
They have the old school, like 30s and 40s look.
to an extent, I guess. They weren't square.
One car I'd
that's-
never get again is a Jeep Liberty. I hated my mom's when she had that thing.
No, I drive a Jeep Patriot right now. It's a little 4-banger with a 5-speed stick and 4-wheel drive.
Them
Yeah.
aren't bad.
Yeah, but that version of it is not rare. It's not common. It's very rare.
Yeah.
The
Oh, it's just like,
4-speed,
right.
the 4-wheel drive with the 5-speed, not common.
Yeah. Well, like for me, I know the car I've got an '09 Dodge Caliber, and that was actually you had the neon, and then the Caliber actually took over, and
Yeah.
everybody well, the Caliber is a piece of junk. Well, I don't care who the manufacturer is when they come out with a brand new car. The first 2 or 3 years, they're going to find all kinds of bugs and everything in it, and that's the problem. Okay, mine is so much later in the run that they've already got all the bugs figured out and got them fixed.
Right.
Well, the cars that I had before this one was a Ram 1500 4x4 crew cab, and that had valve guide issues. And when they went to fix that, they broke the little clips that are attached to the throttle body. So they had a little shit fit and broke them off. And, then I couldn't start the truck and I couldn't move it out of park or anything. So they had to tow it back. They fixed that. And then when I got it back, I went up to my brother's, which was like 40 minutes away. And the truck broke down again at a ShopRite parking lot. And it looked like I took the radiator cap off. It looked like orange upchuck chunks in the radiator.
Damn.
That's a head gasket.
Oh, boy.
Pre-certified my ass. So I said, I don't want that. I'm not dealing with it. They're lucky I didn't sue them for lemon laws.
And what year was yours?
2015, but I'm making payments on it through the dealership. That's like this Patriot. When I got it, it always had a what the hell I call that the wheel sensors.
Yeah.
Tire pressure. The tires are low air, and there's no problem with the tire at all.
Yeah. Well, you know what's causing that, right?
No.
It's
I don't
the
fix
battery.
that.
It's there's a battery inside that sensor that is dead, and that's what's causing it. And you can actually go. You can
have that shit. I don't need to know about it. I actually visualize it when I'm outside the car. If I don't see anything low, I let it go.
And up like this, Rich, you can actually go. There's some tire shops you can actually go to. My Walmart actually does it, but they can actually check and see which one is bad.
Yeah, but it's under warranty. I'm still making payments through the dealership on this one. So, and then before that, I had a 2010 Charger Hemi RT. The problem with that was it was rear wheel drive, no displacement for weight ratio. So if I got out in the snow, I wouldn't get out of the spot that I was in. It would just keep spinning wheels.
Yeah.
My pap one time, he had I think it was a 2012 Chevy Silverado with the 4.8 in it. That truck was stuck in trailer tow mode, but the light never come on for the trailer tow mode. He couldn't get it out of it.
So the switch on the dash and everything was bad.
No, it wasn't the switch. It was my computer. Because you can hit the button and the light would go on and off, but it wouldn't do anything. It was like it was it was stuck.
Huh. I just like the old cars. The old cars you don't have all these bullshit problems with. It's like I said when
I agree there, Rich.
When they first started coming out with these computer programmed cars and all that other crap, other than a little black box that was actually just a relay switch. You put a computer from inside your house outside in the weather and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
They actually started doing all that back in the mid '80s.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I don't appreciate those kind. That's why I went through all that hell, Mater, and getting that car running.
Yeah.
I was determined no matter what kind of shit I had to go through, and I went through a lot of crap on that. With John Wilburn and ASO and all that other crap. I didn't care. I was going to get that car running one way or the other. And finally, like I said, on 12/15 of 23 at 4 o'clock, that car started up.
Yep.
And I recorded that video. There was more than 30 seconds. It was at least a minute and a half running and kept running off the gas tank and the fuel pumps. I knew that I was there,
I know. I saw when you moved it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like for me, if I got a chance, I'd go back and I'd get me, say, late '70s, early '80s Dodge truck, club cab, something like that. Mm-hmm. Just your basic 318, little automatic, a 904. Hey, I'd be happy with something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm happy with the 57 because you know what? Like, first of all, that's 13 years before my time. In other words, my father had one of those cars. You know what I'm saying? He's passed away. He passed away in 07.
Oh, how many
So
years? How many years older than you?
that car is 13 years older than I am. I have another car on my property that's the same year I was born.
Oh, 1970.
Nope, 69.
Oh, all right. So you're younger than me.
Hmm? Yeah, can't you tell by the hair?
Yeah, you got more of it than me.
It ain't no wig.
Like, yeah, you got more than me. Of course, now for me, I've had a couple of haircuts and
Nah.
everything.
Hell, I don't even shave my face anymore. Look, I got a wave going on here.
Yeah. Hey, look at me. Now this I have not shaved since last year.
Yeah, I haven't shaved mine either. That's why it's like all down here.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it definitely shows your age because it's white.
yeah, that's
But
true.
the mustache is still strawberry blonde. Like, what the hell's with that? Oh, God.
Now, if I had the opportunity and the money and everything, I'd love to be able to get my little duster up and going.
Mm. Yeah, only thing I got to do with that Oldsmobile in order to get it running right is get an external transmission coolant line.
Mm.
It's got a little pinhole in it, and what it does is it sprays the trans fluid all over the firewall on the passenger side.
Oh, that's not
You'll
good.
never see you'll never see a puddle underneath it though. So I know it's not the transmission, seals. It's actually the line.
Right.
Once
But
I get that fixed, that's it. That'll be the end of it. I had another car like that before, but my other one was a 4-barrel 455, but it had a bench seat and a shifter on the column.
Yeah.
This one's got the shifter on the floor with the console and bucket seats.
well, I know I've had people telling me I need to, maybe sell that duster and everything. I'm going, yeah, but if you knew exactly what it was, and you had it, you probably would not want to sell it either. A
The only
71,
car,
a 71 numbers matching 318, 8 3/4 rear end with the optional heavy duty 9-inch drum brakes. And if you know who Galen Govier is, he's known as the Chrysler guru. You can ask him questions about Chrysler products, and he'll be able to tell you. He's got the Chrysler registry. Okay.
Mhm.
He got this car documented number 15 out of 38 known to exist.
the only car I don't like that Dodge ever made was the Swinger, the Dart, the Scamp. I couldn't stand those. They were too boxy. They didn't fit the pattern design of all the other cars like the Cuda and the Challenger and stuff like that. It was like, what the hell were they coming up with? Is that what the version of the old folks car was? The Dart, the Swinger, and the Scamp? Come on, really?
That's like the new Durangos that they came out with, that square one. I didn't like it either.
That's
Well,
like sitting there looking at an old Volvo from the 80s. It's
to
like a
me,
box with a front end.
right. Well, to me, there's only two cars that Chrysler's ever come out with that I can't stand and would not own. One, believe it or not, is a 1970 Coronet. I cannot
I
stand
don't think I've ever seen one of them.
I cannot stand that bumblebee, that bug-eyed look on the front end on it. I cannot
Yeah.
stand that. It's so freaking ugly.
Well, if you look at the Swinger and the Scamp, you look at the front end of that where it had 4 headlights.
Yeah.
For that's what it looks like. It's the same damn thing. It's rounded like that, and it's
Yeah,
got the
but it
freaking
does,
headlights on. He said,
yeah, but you don't have the bumper and everything, that
"Yeah,
chrome bumper going around like that. Now, the other thing was when they came out with the brand new Charger, I got, oh, okay, good. It's a 4-door. They ain't a fucking Charger.
no." And I always thought that too. I was like, "What the hell were they thinking?" And they didn't give you the option. You either had a 4-door or nothing.
Yeah, it's like, no, the Charger when it first came out was a 2-door. It was
always
always
was a
a
two-door.
two-door.
Never a four-door.
And, well, basically what they've done is they've taken the Chrysler 300 and put a Charger name on it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yep.
It's like the Jeep Gladiator, the truck, pickup truck. My buddy was looking for it in a two-door. They don't make them two-door. The Gladiator.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
did they design it in two-door?
I don't think.
Say that's,
like
that's what I'm saying. They probably had the design as a four-door. But it's like when they brought the Charger back out, it's like, oh, I first heard about it and going, oh yeah, it's a four-door. No,
See, the thing is, like the 57 Chevy that I have, it is a four-door.
right,
But the engine number and the transmission numbers match.
right.
The paint color doesn't, but I know what the numbers were. The top was actually surf green, which had that minty chocolate, or not chocolate, that light chalky green mint color to it.
Yeah,
And then the bottom was Highlander green. So I always know what the colors were,
yeah.
The problem is they don't make those colors anymore, so you can't really do it.
English Color can't come up with it.
Now, they're not going to come up with the exact match now.
Oh, that's just like on my Duster. It's I forget the code and everything, but it's that Tor red. And
Yeah, well, that's why I did my car with turquoise and black inside and out, because the
right.
top was originally, after I got done painting the body, the top was still white. And I'm like, well, that's going to kind of look stupid with a black vinyl top inside, and the seats being black and turquoise, as
Yeah.
well as the door panels. So I figured to match it all up so it doesn't look like a freaking pinata.
Well, I know with me, like I said, on my Duster, it's Tor red, and it's top and bottom is all that, but it's got the black interior. Now it does have the split front bench seat. That I mean, it's still got the full width and everything on the bench, but you
Yeah.
can actually fold down
Yeah.
half at one time in order to get to the back.
Yep. Either the driver's side or the passenger side, one or the other.
And it actually does have a headrest on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
the Oldsmobile's got headrests on it. Has the original headrests on the seats.
Yeah. But I mean, that car there, it basically needs the rear half of the car sheet metal wise replaced on both quarters are going to have to get replaced. The back panel is going to have to get fixed, and the trunk floor is like what trunk floor? It rusted out so bad at one point that the top of the gas tank rusted out.
Mm.
I literally had to go get another gas tank for it. And then I've also had to change out the K-frame.
Hey, were you in JB's live the other night, Mater?
Yeah.
See, I don't talk to him either. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to Two Hacks. I don't talk to ASO, Unfinished Projects, or John Wilburn, because those are the ones that have caused havoc for me.
Right.
Some of them, like JB, was making fun of me because I'm going through a process right now of pretty much suing the mortgage company because they're charging me over the national average on interest.
Right.
So instead of doing that and constantly paying them more than I can afford, I just stopped paying them and I went with a lawyers group and we're suing the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And he just made fun of me over that, him and LP94. So I caught on to it, got wind of it from from Will and Dave from DRC. And, when I go in those lives, I don't talk to them. I just talk to people that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I see you in there, I'll say hi to you. If I see Chris in there from Busted Radio, I'll say hi to him. DRC, but DRC won't go in there anyway. But anybody that I know that hasn't given me a problem, I'll talk to them.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not any garbage, and there's no drama, and there's no crap. So
right. Well, I'll put it like this: to me, whatever it is that went on between you and them, that's between you guys,
Yeah.
not dealing with me. Okay, I'm going
Right.
to stay out of it now. I'm still going to be talking to them and
Oh, I'm not.
everything.
See, that's the thing, Mater. Is like, I'm not the kind of person to sit there and tell somebody, well, if you're friends with me, I don't want you being friends with them. Who am I to
Right,
tell anybody that? You know what
right.
I'm saying? But at the same time, if I don't talk to him, I just want the person to understand the reason why I'm not.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? 2 years I did that car. I did not just the body, or not just the engine, but the body and interior. You know that. I've showed videos to that left and right.
oh
I
yeah.
done the work myself. I had a heart attack. I got a stent in my arteries. I'm overweight. I have breathing complications, arthritis in my right foot, and lower degenerative back disorder. Okay. And if I could still get up there and do that and get up underneath there and over the top and rebuild that whole engine and everything else, they shouldn't talk about anybody,
Yeah,
but they do. And that's their God given right. I'm not going to say it's not, but at the same time, don't expect me to be friends with you.
yeah. Well, it's
Like I
just
don't know,
like,
I don't know if you watch him or not, Rich. Cajun Coin Hunter. You ever watch him?
Who is it?
Cajun Coin Hunter.
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay. Anyhow, he was
yeah,
on one of Mater's live streams one night. I
Mhm.
have autism, and he made some kind of remark about it on Mater's live stream. Kind of like hurt my feelings. I
Right.
haven't talked to him since that. I haven't talked to him since then, really.
Now, see,
well,
Randy,
no,
I'm a bus driver. I'm a bus driver. I deal with special needs children all the time.
Uh,
well,
You
no,
see what I'm
Randy,
saying? I work
right.
as a
Well,
custodian in the school.
yeah,
So I know
right.
what that's
Well,
all
Randy,
about.
yeah. Well, see, what happened on that night, Rich, was Randy. He's got that little twitch and everything in his neck where he's moving it from side to side. Okay,
Right.
that's normal for him. Okay. One night he was up there, and of course he does it more when he gets excited. You can definitely tell that, especially when that
Right.
smile on his face goes from ear to ear. Isn't that right, Randy?
yeah.
um, but
That.
right. But anyways, no, it's just the fact that Cajun made a comment about it and everything, and I could tell the look on Randy's face. It's like a deer caught in the headlights.
Yeah.
Okay. And as I actually made Cajun apologize to Randy on panel one night.
Right.
I brought it to Cajun's attention, and I made him actually apologize. And I know that
Mhm.
made Randy feel better. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Right. But see now here's the bad part. I was actually on a live stream one night and we were talking about channels that we no longer support because of all the BS and drama. Okay.
Right.
No
Right.
names. We never said a single channel name, a single person, or anything like that. Okay. Cajun actually got up and left, as he says, to go lean off, and he had to go lean off the dock. Okay. So Crystal, my girlfriend, had made, she was talking about a channel that the guy has got, he's special. The guy's made a video about it. His mom has admitted it to her in person about it. Okay.
Right.
We never said what the special was or anything or who it was or anything like that. Cajun never heard any of that. Him and several other people started trashing me in comments saying, oh, well, you need to stop talking about children with autism. We never, nobody ever said anything about children. Nobody ever said anything about autism or anything like that. And in Cajun, he's going off of what someone else told him and trying to get him to come back and talk to me. He's so damn hard headed, he don't even want to do that. Randy's reached
I
out to
remember
me.
you guys used to be in the same live stream all the time. I know that.
Yeah.
But see,
And,
here's the funny thing, Mater. All right. When I was younger, I was in special needs classes. Okay. They called me retarded. Okay. Now you know damn well I'm not retarded. There's no way in the hell I'd be able to function like this if I was.
all right.
Okay. My mother turned around and told me, "Yeah, well, you never graduated at 5th grade." I surprised the shit out of her and put a shock on her face a mile wide. I told her, I said, "Let me tell you something." I said, "You don't go to college without high school transcripts."
No.
That was my point. And I showed her that I went to college and graduated after 2 years in community college.
Well,
Even that, back then in the 90s, when that Texas, whatever the hell it was, religious cult was going through all that crap,
oh
you
yeah,
still had to have high school transcripts.
yeah,
If you didn't have high school transcripts, you weren't even getting into community college. So she shut her mouth. All right. Now that's the thing. Now, my disabilities now are purely just health. That's it.
yeah.
You know, but the other thing is that if somebody's going to piss me off, or if they're going to start drama and shit, I'm the kind to give back exactly what I get. So if you're going to treat me like crap, you're going to get treated like crap.
Oh yeah.
I don't see any other way of being. That's all there is to it. Now you got
Right.
people out there that have autism, they're ADD, they're ADHD, they're whatever, manic depressive. They have no control over that. They can't control that.
Yeah.
You have to accept that person for who they are and not for what you want them to be. They're not like you.
Right.
They have no control over what happens to them. You know, those reactions and, you know, the attention span and stuff, that's part of their illness.
Yeah.
And you have to accept that for who it is, who and what they are. That's it.
It's just like for me growing up. See, now I'm originally from Houston. Okay. And when I say I'm from Houston, the hospital I was born in, which has been torn down, it was actually inside the city limits of Houston. I
Right.
lived in the city limits of Houston. I wasn't in Pearland. I wasn't in the Woodlands. I wasn't in Sugarland. You know, none of that. I actually lived in the city of Houston. Okay. And of course, now I actually had cousins that actually lived in Bel Air, which was its own little city that the city of Houston grew around. Kind of like what we've got up here in Dallas area. We got Cockrell Hill. Cockrell
Right.
Hill is its own little city. It's got its own police department, mayor, all that kind of stuff. But it was so far out in the middle of boonies at one point that the city of Dallas just grew all the way around it.
Right.
But, you know, growing up in Houston, I was actually diagnosed with being hyperactive. Of course, now
Yeah.
what kid, you know, what boy back in the 70s doesn't have that?
Well, see, that's the thing. It wasn't with me. It wasn't me being retarded. I was
Right.
hyperactive, and they couldn't handle it. That's the problem.
Right. And I mean, they had me on, I know at one point they actually had me on Ritalin to try.
You want to know what they had me on? Want to know what they had me on?
What?
Mellaril.
Never heard of that.
350 milligrams 3 times a day.
It's like me, mate, or I was on Ritalin from the time I was like in 2nd grade. They just recently pulled me off of it because it was actually making things worse than what it was helping. So they just recently pulled me off of it like 4 months ago.
The thing is with Mellaril, it's a white pill with a triangle with an S in the middle of it, kind of like a Superman badge, okay?
Okay.
But that shit used to put me in a state where I'd have water weight gain. So it would just blow me up. That's it.
Damn.
It didn't stop me from being hyper. I was still hyper as hell, you know? But I guess they thought that was doing me some good. I don't know how.
Well, I know Crystal, she says that, you know, I still got some, you know, ADHD, which I'm going, in a way, yeah, because I can be thinking of one thing. It's like, oh, look, squirrel.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But I tell you what's real funny. We were actually driving somewhere one time, and I looked over and I literally saw a squirrel on the side of the road. And I go, oh, look, squirrel. She goes, oh, don't start that now. No, there was a squirrel on the side of the road.
That was more important to me than you talking to me right that moment.
Like, man, when you just said that and it said squirrel, you reminded me of Joe Biden video Jeff Dunham did.
Should have went like this, Mater. Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at that. It's a squirrel. Look at that.
Well, like I said, we were talking, and all of a sudden, oh, squirrel. And she goes, oh, don't start that. No, there was a squirrel on the side of the road. And I tell you what really shocked her. We were driving down the road, imagine we're out in kind of the hill country. And she goes, "Oh, look at those deer decorations someone's got in the front yard." I go, "Those aren't decorations, those are real." She goes, "You sure?" And all of a sudden they started moving. She goes, "Holy crap."
Yeah, right. Like she
She
never
could
saw one all her life.
no. And it's like she's seen them, but she thought they were decorations in someone's front yard. But these are actual real deer and everything, just standing up someone's front yard.
Oh God.
And I'm going, damn, if I had my gun with me, we'd have some good barbecue venison.
That's like a couple weeks ago. My mom was on her way to work. She said there was a turkey crossing in front of her. Just as she got about this far away from it, it lay down in the middle of the road. She ran over it, and it started to get up as she was running it over.
God.
Do you know what a guinea is?
I don't think.
Rich, do you know what a guinea is?
I remember something about that. Go ahead. You say it though. Go ahead. Let me see if it's the same.
That's that ugly look. It's an ugly fowl that's all black, white, and gray feathers.
No,
And they
that's not the same.
they make a horrible sound. You know, when they're calling out and everything, it's like, ugh. Anyways, I was taking my driver's test. Okay. We're out in the country. I'm doing 55 out here in a farm to market road. All of a sudden, one comes running out across the road. I had nowhere to go. All of a sudden, you hear thump, thump. I look in the rearview mirror, and there's nothing but feathers flying everywhere. I looked over at my instructor and everything. He goes, "Well, we know that chicken didn't cross the road."
Yep. Yep.
But up like this, you look at them and everything. If you took all the feathers off, they go from something like this down to like that.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That's
like
all they are. 90% feathers.
Yep.
It's like going in the hood and watching those guys wearing the Michelin Man jackets. Somebody give me a pin. Let's see what he looks like without all that air in there.
Yeah.
Me only 97 pounds.
Rich has already had one. I don't smoke in the house, so I'll be right back.
No, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually call it here anyway. So.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for coming up, Rich and Mater. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'll be live tonight. Yep, I'll be live tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably be watching the replay most likely, Mater. I'll probably be sleeping by the time you go live. So, all right, Mater. Stay safe. Catch you later.
All right. See ya.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.